Okay, welcome to Spud Sanctuary. This is your host, Big Potato. We are playing an Aether pet build in Grim Dawn. This is going to be a Ritualist, so Shaman and Necromancer. In the last episode, I have chosen a life choice. I've made a life choice to go Shaman first because of a faction lockout that will happen later on around Homestead if you choose Necromancer, and that will lock out some of the farming choices that I got in the future. Alright, so we're gonna go all the way down the Shaman tree first, focusing on the Briarthorn. You can see Briarthorn's already got 10 points in them, and that's this boy here, this viney boy here. He's very angry. He's very thorny as well. Thorny, I said thorny. Alright, so last episode we basically learned how to do a little bit of skill ups, a bit of devotions. We've saved 2 shrines. In this episode we're gonna start continuing our story and move down the burial hill. We also have some windy boys, and the windy boys will become handy later on. Do we need any more? Okay, so this point, we're gonna turn on some loot filters now because we have pretty much all of our gears slotted in. We can turn off common and always turn on double rare. Yeah, we'll explain more about double rare when one of those happens. Because right now we don't have to worry about double res because it's... Alright, we got a gun. So our damage is insignificant. It doesn't matter. Okay. This star, is the first boss that we are asked to kill. He's basically an elite unit. You can see our damage is ridiculously low. And the Briarthorn just comes up and show us how to get things done. Alright, we're gonna check for some caves. Is there a cave there? No. So normally there is a cave. There's a Pisquil's cave. He spawns in 3 different places. One of them is over there. The other one is over here, which he did spawn. And the third one is all the way up there. Like all the way up here somewhere. So he spawned here. We're gonna go in and say hello. The reason we go in is I am looking for a totem, and that's this thing right there. Alright, we're gonna just clear the area out a little bit while our Briarthorn is doing a good work. We're just gonna walk around and let him do his job. He's doing a fantastic job in killing things. He's very angry and thorny. Look, he's like just murdering Pisquil. I can't keep on calling him Pisquil because his lair is filled with piss. Like it's poisonous. It's poisonous water. If you stand in the water, your life is gonna get ticking down. You can see that. Yeah, not good. Don't stand in the green water. Alright, we're getting quite a few gears. And also, you might notice, we're getting some green ones. We're getting some green gears. So, this one... poison, yeah. I'll probably use that. The 27 cunning is actually a lot of cunning. This main hand, 177 health is good. But everything else is just damage. No, I don't really care about damage. I'd rather stay out of trouble. Ooh, 7% movement speed is still good, still better. I prefer 7%. I've got 2 pants. Retaliation, I don't intend to get hit, so I'm just gonna get some defensive ability. So what defensive ability do is reduces the chance of you getting critical hit, also getting hit. So the higher defensive ability, the better. What else? We got this cunning. Yeah, cunning's good. Also, cunning give you offensive ability, not that it matters. I think it gives you a little bit of defense, a bit of health. So stats give you health in general. This one, pierce damage. No, not really. We don't do any pierce damage. This is resistances. Okay, acid damage versus resistance. I'll prefer resistances, given that the armor is exactly the same. So that's how my choices are going to be for the gear moving forward anyways. Alright, this is now, we're getting blueprint. We don't have a blacksmith yet, but basically you can actually make gears that you need or you want, and those things the blueprints will randomly drop throughout the game. Unlike Path of Exile, for example, that's probably more popular. Path of Exile, you need to get a particular base drop, and then you use different other materials to augment it to give it affixes. Yeah, in Grim Dawn it's not. You can make a good a good gear exactly how it is. So we're just gonna learn that. It'll be part of our build. Our blacksmiths, he will know how to make it. All right, totem. That's what I'm here for. I'm looking for a totem, and it spawned for us. Now, what these things are is they will spawn a lot of dudes. It'll give you a lot of experience. With a pet build, we shouldn't have trouble on clearing a totem, but later on, we might have totems that we need to prepare a bit. Right, I'll just show you what this one does. Give me a second. Yep, all good. There we go. Look, straight away, there's like a lot of mobs that spawns, but our Brython will just kill it. Alright, see, we've got tons of gear that comes out. Right, what's this hat? Oh, there's a gun. Not bad. It's a good gun. I'll probably put on this shield now. 4% physique is actually really good. I'm gonna put it aside. This one, not really. 5% cunning is not a lot of cunning. Oh, regen and pierce resistance. Although I'm sacrificing 7 armor, but the 16 health regen is going to offset that, so I can put that on. 8% physique. Ooh, some good ones. Gun. I don't really care about gun, do I? I don't really care about weapon. The helmet. Oh yeah, see, the helmet comes with vitality resistance and bleeding resistance. So all of that, and 6% physique, and plus more armor. So I'm going to use that helmet. Right, and plus we have leveled up. At level 10, you get to choose your second mastery, and this starts the combination of your classes, of your masteries. I'm not going to choose Necromancer at the moment. I'm going to focus on getting the Bryathon like really maxed out and resummon him, and then we're going to continue our story. Alright, oh. Yeah, our Bryathon's already murdering everything. And, oh, sorry, there's one stat, so we're going to put in one into attribute. Oh, there we go. There's another totem right there. So that's very lucky. We're getting to do another totem. Maybe we'll get another level up as well. That will soft cap our Bryathon in the next level. Alright, you can see like there's slits that comes out. There's snake people comes out of these holes on the ground. So when you see that, always come and grab them. Okay, alright, this is at the point I'm now gonna turn off my magic items. I don't want to see any more yellows because they're not. They're like the blue in Path of Exile. Oh, another Sliss necklace. Beautiful, that's our second one. Is there anything around? Okay. Generally, before you tackle a totem, you want to sort of clear out a little bit of area, and you don't want other monsters coming in. Alright, let's open that up. See, this one is spawning different animals or different monsters. Oh, Marrow Band. That is a good ring. See, it's got +2 summon Bryathon. At the beginning of this build, you take anything that you get that gives you stats, It even gives you bonus pet damage. Although it does convert some of the physical into vitality, we're not gonna care about that. We don't care. If you give me extra damage, I'm gonna take it. The conversion of the damage only really matters if like towards probably, let's say, towards the end of normal, you might want to focus your damage type. Oh, there's some elite mobs. Oh, we leveled up as well. Hold on. After these elite mobs, see the Brython is like completely murdering them. All right. Okay. Let's go to Brython. All right. Now Brython is now maxed. He's 16 out of 16. You can go over. Like for example, if we put on these rings, it's gonna give +2 to Brythons. That's gonna make Brython 18 out of 16. Then you move towards your hard cap. Hard cap is 10 points above your soft cap. So if you're 16 out of 16, you can go at maximum 26 out of 16. You can't go 27. Same as this Morjogan's Pact. It's 12 out of 15. 12 is the soft cap, so you can go to 22 is the max. Alright, so that's just the rule of the game. You can't go crazy with the damage. Alright, so there is a cap on how much skill points you can put towards a skill. Alright, next I'm taking this route because I'm looking for some cave. It normally spawns here. Again, it's got 3 locations that it spawns in. I just try my luck. It was not there. Oh, there's some more snake people. Just gonna let Brython do its job. He's actually doing quite a good damage, even like AoE damage as well. Okay, this is our Wightmire Rift portal. It's guarded by some undead. We're just gonna let Brython do its job. Look at that. Look at that. He just like swipes. Get out of my way. So Brython's actually quite strong, just like even the base without any modifications. Let's see, what do we get? Physical resistance. This early. I'm gonna leave that out. It's not that much of an upgrade. What about this sword? Physique. Physique is actually good. And these belts. Aether, Pierce, Chaos Resistance. I'm going to take this new belt because extra physiques is extra defensive ability. That's really nice. I'm just gonna put 1 point into physique as well. And I think that's it. Let's keep on moving. So as you can see, I'm holding a sword and a shield, and that is very defensively orientated. I'm not getting involved in much of the damage because my band damage is pathetic. And there's a bunch of slits in here. We are trying to get our 3rd necklace for our quest. So feel free to come in and just like kill a bunch of the slits. Plus, because they are so congregated, there we go, there's a 3rd one. Good luck. That's very good luck. That's very lucky. Alright, that's 3 slits necklace. Because some like slits is really good for experience early on. Because unlike like undead, sometimes they have a lot, like they group together. Slits also group together. Sorry, there's another. So this is Julius. He is the 2nd guy that they asked us to kill. And there is a corpse. Remember the double-handed sword? This corpse drops a conjuring bone that gives 9%. It gives 9% damage to pets. At this time, I say damage to pets is not that important. You can see the Brython doesn't have a problem with damage. Alright, the cave that I was looking for spawns here, but it didn't spawn, so I'm just gonna portal back to the Wightmire. And I'm gonna do 2 things. One is go the left hand side now. We're just gonna get, like, Brython just gonna murder everything. And we're gonna turn in the quest and start getting some rover rep. So there we go. These guys are the rovers. And he asks you for some necklace and so is this good? He's like, yep, that's perfect. And we can clear our bag with the vendor. We don't really care about... Oh, what did I just sell? There we go. He gave you this ring. This ring is actually really nice because it gives you 3 different resistances. So I'm just going to swap that in. This ring only has 10 elemental. Elemental resistances, it's okay, but it's not good. It's not really needed. Now the rest of them I can just sell off. Alright, once that's done, I'm going to portal back again. I'm going to go to the cave. The third entrance, third spawn point of the cave that I'm looking for is over here. Now, oh, there's a lot of mobs. So when you see a lot of mobs, that means a lot of experience. You're just going to... I prefer to let Briarthorn do its job. There we go. There's some slits here as well. And now that Briarthorn is maxed out, we're going to push up the skill tree. Now this one gives a 3% health. We're not really in like a need of a health, and we're not going to get any other bonus apart from the 3% health. Maybe a little bit of health regen. So just going to push that up. Go into the bar. We'll get a higher level skills as we go along. Now the third cave entrance is here, the spawn point. So just going to quickly head over here. There we go, that's the cave. Gonna head inside. And in here you will find a bunch of convicts, lackeys. And a note. You know, if you get a chest, you see what's inside. Oh, there's some boots. But I like my 7% speed. This one has... Oh, this one's really good though. But 7% speed. Alright. Okay, we find this guy and we tell him, hey, you can go now. And we get some rover reputation. Now, I have some... There's some mobs up there again. I am tolerated by the Devil's Crossing. They say killing Crowley's Gan. I am at 8-1. So 810. I'm wondering if killing these dudes, because they look like lackey. They said they're lackey on the... I'm not sure if they're related to Crowley's Gan. So let me have a look. No. Oh! It was 810, wasn't it? It's 820. Now, okay. So killing these guys also give you Devil's Crossing rep. Okay, once you've done that, there's nothing else in the cave. We're just going to go back to the spawn point. We are going to see the brother Milton Hart, who sacrificed himself defending, allowing the villagers to escape. So he spawns in a couple points. Right, the first point that he spawned on, he actually spawned here. So this is Milton Hart. He's a soldier. He's actually a soldier mastery in this game. But he's no match to our Briarthorn at 16 out of 16. Yeah, read a story in here. Okay, the door is closed. Go Briarthorn. Read a story in here. It's you find out what happened to him, what he tried to do to save the townspeople. Okay, this helmet is actually pretty good, except I prefer my helmet with the physique and the vitality resistances. Excuse me. Alright, and the other spawn point is where we were right there. So I'm not gonna bother with that. Sometimes, oh, there we go. They spawn. They they climb out of the ground. Yeah, I was just gonna say sometimes there's a bunch of dudes, and there's also like this is the other place where Milton Hart will spawn. And there's always a lot of undead around here. All right. So that being done, we're gonna continue up the road, and we'll come to this place. Alright, there's a few cultists. This is the first time we found out there's a cultist. The Blood Swan. You'll see that they are actually trying to yeah, they belong to a cult. that uses blood to summon their god, and they believe that all of our blood, all the living things with blood flowing, all of our blood actually belong to their god. Like we are actually like sort of an offspring or clone of their god using their god's blood. So the only way to summon their god back, well, the way to summon their god back, is by draining, killing everyone and draining their blood. It's really stuffed up. Okay, we talked to this guy Isaac. He's gonna say, "Oh, it's too late for me, but I'll show you where I bury my stuff." And I was like, "Okay, no worries, thank you." Isaac actually gave us a really nice shoulder piece, and we appreciate his sacrifice. Now once we come out, we're gonna come out this way and go around up. We're going to see there's a few, like, okay, there's a doggy here. We're doing 1,600 damage. Damn, man. This Briathon is... Okay, alright. There's like a few mobs. Okay, let's see how far. This is the third person, so Negan. So Briathon can kill him very, very easily. And what do we have? A two-handed? Ah, it's okay. We don't need that. Always touch the body, the dead bodies, okay? Necrophilia is not... Okay, not forbidden in Grim Dawn. Okay, here's our portal. But we haven't finished in our Foggy Bank run. Now, we are going to come up this way. And... there's a bunch of sliths, so you always kill a lot of sliths because they always like have lots and lots of them. So that's just really, really good experience. We're gonna go around this place. But there's a few of these like holes where they climb out of, and go down this way. See, there's another hole here, and our Briathon will be super happy because it's good for his thorniness. Alright, okay, with all of that done, we're gonna push our stats up a bit more and head in the cave. This cave is not very obvious, like when you first have a look at it. The reason we're coming to the cave is here. There's a desecrated shrine right there. And I'm actually gonna make my map a little bit bigger. We're just gonna head towards the cave while Briathon kills everything. There's another entrance right there, but we didn't take that entrance. Now before we tackle this one, I just want to walk a little bit further down. Sometimes there is a totem there, but not this time, which is fine. Okay, this is a different type of shrine right there. It's just desecrated. So the way to restore this type of shrine is just get into a battle. You know, we resolve everything with violence in Grim Dawn. That's how things is. But the angrier you are in Grim Dawn, the better your life become. Okay, there we go. Boom, restored, and we get a devotion point. We're gonna put into Shepherd's Crook. We're getting more health, which is very nice. We'll head back out, and this gives us a elemental damage hammer, which is useless for the time being. This one gives a 4% physique. Talking about physique, we're going to put in more physique. And also, there should be a dead body here. There we go, another dead body. So this is a Mystic Slithton. So the Slithton always drops with the poison bolt. It's a poison and acid damage weapon. So if you're building an acid damage, this is a weapon that you can always get. Alright, Isaac. So now we're gonna head to the Isaac's treasure. He buried it. He says he's too late, remember? We found him in the cultists. Cultists has already, you know, pretty much done their job with him. Poor Isaac. Alright, there we go. There's a little bit, like, there's a little road to the very, very left-hand side of the map. And sometimes there's a totem here as well, but it didn't spawn. Oh no, the totem spawned. So, how the totem works is, out of like this entire map, there is a few locations where one will spawn. So if one spawned in one location, the others will not. Okay, so it didn't spawn here because I think it spawned. Where was the last totem? The last totem was like down here. Yeah, down here. So it's not gonna spawn up here anymore. All right, this is Isaac's stash. You click it, you get a bit of experience, and you get this shoulder piece. It gives you like stats. It always gives you physique, cunning, and it also comes with like pierce resistance, vitality resistance, bleed resistance. The rest, the Tempest basically gives you some elemental damage. It doesn't matter, right? We're not doing damage. Our damage is pathetic. We are the ones at the back shouting. Oh, that's the other thing. Talking about shouting and commanding our legion of 4. There's a pet attack. So if you have a target that you want the pet to focus down, it will be. It is a very handy tool to, you know, tell them to just kill that one. Alright, so what happened here is we came across this wagon and said, oh, this wagon just tipped over recently. We're gonna find a merchant. So merchant again spawns in 3 locations. We're just gonna have to fight through these. See, our damage is so pathetic. I'm gonna not do anything. So the first location is here. He didn't spawn here, so I'm just gonna keep on going. And let our Brython do his job. Okay. Boom. The second one is a little bit to the north. We're gonna check it out. So the second one is up here. You will see a star up there. Like he will spawn somewhere here, but there's no star. So So he didn't spawn here. So we have to go to the 3rd location to find him. So we're gonna save this merchant. Alright, gonna go into the cave. There's a bunch of mobs in here. Again, it's like infested. This area, this entire beginning area is infested by snake people. Sometimes there is a totem that spawns here. You might want to look out for that. And because it didn't spawn, we don't care about it anymore. We're gonna keep on going north. Go to the exit. The exit is to the north. We're gonna go up there. Alright, so this is one of the first challenging boss of this area. He's a Sliss. I know like Brython is sort of killing it quite fast, but any other build, he is going to be quite difficult to kill. There we go, he's dead. I'm just gonna go around and do the looting first. Right, good job, Brython. Oh, our Brython is actually taking a bit of damage from this fight. You can see he's like almost dying. It's alright. There will be a new Brython that takes your place, okay? Don't worry about it. There we go. Alright, so we've got a couple of things drop. One is a recipe, it's a Squire's Gauntlet. So you can see these stats in the Squire's Gauntlets. If you craft a Squire's Gauntlet, it always gives you these stats. And then it might come with a prefix or a suffix, or both, right? So, yeah, so this is the Grim Dawn sort of, the crafting mechanic. So read that. He dropped an amulet, which is alright. We got the soul bag is not that good, right? It doesn't give us anything. Now, remember the salt ward off evil spirit, and this is the reason we didn't get fully possessed by the ethereal at the beginning. If you know what the story is. So let's get out of here. Getting a bit more health is always useful. You can see there's a star here. So we're going to save the merchant. Alright, we're going to come up here. And just gonna clear out the area a little bit because I do see the totem on the left hand side right there. So this is another point of spawn. Right. You can sort of threaten him and get a few coins out of him, but there's no need. There's plenty of coins all the way around. If you want coins, just kill a few more mobs, sell a few more gears, and you get plenty of coins. I've never had any shortage of coins in this game. Alright, there we go. This is a savage totem, so we're gonna get some like bats or like giant bats or things in there. So just click it. I know this is spawn some like sliths and those ogre people. There we go, we're leveled up too. See? The totem is good. Totem is very good. Alright, we're gonna go 1 point up. Now we got 2 more passive that gives bonus to 1, our Wing Devil, 2, our Briarthorn. I'm gonna give it definitely to the Briarthorn because now he is better at AoE. So this is important. This one's also very good because it now gives our Wing Devils another tick to its damage, as well as some a little bit of minor shred and slows target. So that's all just good. I'm gonna click on both and resummon them, of course. Now they're just stronger. And we got a stat, so we're gonna put a 1 point in it. Did we get anything? This vest. Oh, what a vest! Look at that. +3 to Modrogan's Pact, and that comes from the Task Master prefix. So we get Aether resistance, Chaos resistance. That's very, very nice. That's very, very nice. Now Modrogan's Pact, this one right now gives everybody 12 to 14 physical damage. It gives the pet physical damage bonus, but remember, it also gives the pet the 12 to 14 physical damage, right? And 4 health regen. We're gonna change this jacket on. Now it's 4th point. Now it's 31 to 40, 50 physical damage, plus 22 health regen. This is a huge bonus to all of our pets. So, not that our Briarthorn has any trouble with pets. With staying alive, but it just now he's even more stronger. I'm giving up a lot of good gear for 7% movement speed. Alright, we did get the helmet. Oh, +2 to Wing Devil. But we are sacrificing resistances over Wing Devil. Wing Devil's not our damage output, so I'm not going to bother with it. We are now level 14. We can put actually this on. Which one do I take off? We'll take off this ring. And do I want this sword, this pistol? No, I actually don't need this pistol anymore. I'm gonna actually resummon Briarthorn because Briarthorn is now 18, 16. You can see some of the skills now getting extra skill points and making it a lot stronger. I'm just gonna head up the bridge. Now, so what happens here is now you get posed with 2 choices. This is the bridge that goes into the Burwich graveyard, right? Goes in there. You can repair the bridge, and that will just take you straight in there. But the cave has a shrine in it, so we do want to go into the cave. What I always do is, alright, let's just spend some bits, repair the bridge. Help our people moving around, allow the undead to travel across here into Devil's Crossing so we can kill them. Alright. Okay, this is our portal rift. I'm gonna head back into Devil's Crossing and turn in some quest. Now as we have gone through the gears already, we don't need any of these. Yeah, no. That's right, we don't need any of these. Oh, we got an ancient heart. That's a rare drop. You don't have to worry about that for now. It's for crafting. Alright, we tell our friend Harmon, says, alright, did you find those people? It's like, yeah. You can pick any choices, does not really matter, and he tells you to kill 2 more. And I'm like, alright, cool, Harmon, whatever you say. We give the experience and the money, and we tell Sybil her brother Milton has died honorably, and she gives us an amulet. This amulet is better than what we have. So 5% defense abilities, health, resistance. Yeah, I think our current amulet is actually better. So I'm just gonna sell it off. There's another vendor here. So with the vendors, this is a faction vendor. As you can see, when you become, I guess next one will be friendly. But friendly, you can only buy some potions of them. When you become respected, then you can get more gears. You can see like they are very specialized geared, and they always have those faction like abilities fixed on them, so you can target farm your specific gear. There are a few factions here. The other, this guy Luther Graves, he's the other merchant that you can look for the gear. So let's say if I were looking for pets, I just type in pets, and you can see they are not shining, but the armor part, this one is shining. So it will show you that there's a couple things with pets things in it, and also there's an amulet that has pets things in it. So yeah, you can just search for the gear that you look for, but I never really needed to. So if you do need to spend money, so this one is like 500. How much is that book? 2,000. They're not expensive. They're not expensive. You're like 23,000. So 10% of your income, of your total money. Buy some gear. Level yourself up. Right. Okay. So that concludes this episode. Next episode, we are going to head down. Head down into the cave. We're in the cave, and we're gonna go into Burwich Village, where all hell broke loose. Okay, alright. Hope you like the show, and I'll see you quickly in the next one. Okay, bye bye.